them called that farmer up and says, okay, put the cow out there and take the possum. So they drive out there, there's a dead cow laying in the road.
$500.
Yeah, Willis split the money with the guy, the farmer, so the farmer didn't have a dead cow he couldn't use.
There you go.
Where he'd come up with those ideas, I don't know.
Brilliant man.
That's like
Yeah.
Willis was up in Canton. They were sitting outside the pool, and some professional baseball player threw this ball from the outfield into home plate and got this guy out. And they were bragging about how long a throw it was.
Mm-hmm.
Willis says, hell, that's nothing. If I get my feet in the right place, now there was the con. If I get my feet in the right place, I can throw a ball from Arlington to Market. Now they're 2 miles apart up in Akron,
Mm-hmm.
but they come together down in Canton.
Yeah.
So they get in the car, they drive down there, the guy's already bet Willis the money. They drive down there and Willis can pitch the ball underhand from Market to Arlington.
Yeah.
Willis says, yeah, I got my feet in the right place here. The guy was so fucking mad, he wouldn't drive back up with him. The guy went and thumbed back up to the pool room.
Crazy stuff.
That was like he bet a guy once $500 that he could drive a golf ball across Myers Lake. Did I tell you that one?
I think I heard that, but yeah, I want to hear that one.
The guy says, Willis, you can't drive a golf ball across Myers Lake. Willis says, hell, I can drive it across there with a putter. He says, bullshit, Willis. So each one of them put up $500 with the owner of the Strand pool room. Hello. Hello. I'm fine. What do you want? Must have got the message that I was going to tell me.
Okay, so
So,
took a putter.
now wait, they each put the money up.
Okay.
Here was the con. Willis says, you got to give me time to practice up. I haven't played golf for a while. All summer long, this guy keeps coming in the pool room. Now, the owner of the Strand is holding the money. So Willis knows he's got the money. No, not practice up yet. Not practice up yet. All summer. Fall comes, winter comes. Myers Lake freezes over. Willis comes in the pool room and says, all right, I'm ready. So Willis sat a golf ball down, hit it with a putter, rolled clear across the ice, clear across Myers Lake. It was just an investment for Willis. Like he put it in the bank.
Yeah.
Every time he saw the guy, he wasn't ready yet.
Mars Lake, where's that?
It's right up there in Canton where there used to be the amusement park.
Yeah.
Any fish in there? Did Willis have any fishing proposition bets?
No,
No.
not that I know of. Everything he did was a con. That was his con with the golf ball. Not ready yet. I haven't practiced up enough. That guy that owned the Strand is holding $1,000. Willis doesn't care whether he gets it today or in December.
Right.
It's money in the bank.
Yeah.
Those guys would get blistered mad at Don. That guy that he threw the baseball across across from Market to Arlington. If you look at the map, they come together down Canton. So Willis gets right down there by the corner. He says, yeah, my feet are in the right place here. That was the con. Had to get his feet in the right place. He said Willis didn't even have to throw the baseball. He could just pitch it underhand. He was going across a fucking lane of traffic.
What about Tuscarawas River? Where he said he could jump across it
Yeah.
and not fall in?
What's that story? He jumped across the river?
Yeah.
Where at?
You know where the pool room was in Dover?
Yep.
Right after you go past the pool room, you'll see a sign across that creek says Tuscarawas River. Hell, the river's only from me to you wide, but it's the Tuscarawas River. It's
Yep.
the headwater.
I thought that was up at Starcher's.
Yeah, well, that's where Starcher's was.
Yeah.
Right up there by Starcher's.
Up in Akron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the bet with Lassiter and the Walnut? I missed the first part of that.
Oh, it wasn't Lassiter. That was Willis bet the guy he could throw a walnut across, or he could throw a walnut up on top of the building. So he hollowed a walnut out, put a ball bearing in it, glued it back together, and he had the guy that had the little fruit stand put that ball bearing walnut behind this register. Willis says, now when I come up to get a walnut, you take that walnut and you put this one here with the ball bearing in it in the bag. So that guy that made him the bet went up there and he's going through all the walnuts that the guy had in his little vending thing. So he tries to pick out the lightest one. So the guy says, here, this one. So the owner took it back behind the counter, was ringing it up, and he swapped it for the ball-bearing walnut, put the ball-bearing walnut in the bag. Brought the bag over and handed it to Willis. Well, the guy never picked a walnut up after he handled it the first time. Willis took it out of the bag and up on top of that building.
No problem, huh?
No, and then he split the money with that guy that had that little outdoor fruit stand. The guy was never any the wiser because he went through a whole bunch of walnuts to get one that didn't weigh anything.
Wonder how high that building was that he threw it up.
I don't know, it was 2 or 3 stories. It was just enough, but you couldn't throw a regular walnut hard enough to get it over. Willis didn't have any problem.
It's a pretty good bet.
He was just throwing a ball bearing up on top of there.
When did he die?
84.
84. How old was Willis when he died?
I don't know.
I think he was. '77, I think. 75, I mean. I could be wrong.
Yeah, he had sugar.
I'll look it up.
He had sugar real bad. Yeah, Don was phenomenal.
Yeah.
He came up with some, it was the cons.
That's what he lived for.
That was like, he bet a guy that he could stand on one end of a handkerchief. And you could stand on the other side of the handkerchief and you couldn't reach out and touch him. Did you ever hear that one?
No.
Yeah, well, it says, yeah, I just have to find the right place where the gravity won't let you touch me.
What'd he do? Put a door in between them? Something
Yeah,
like
he
that?
walked around
He was born in '09.
and then he says, Okay, it's right here, and he lays the paper down, has the guy stand on one side, he closes the door, he's standing on the other side of the handkerchief, and the door's in between them, and the guy can't reach out and touch him.
74.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder how he got that name, the Cincinnati Kid.
I don't know.
From
He
Canton.
used to play poker, too. He was a poker hustler. Willis told me he made more money playing poker than he did playing pool. And that movie came out, The Cincinnati Kid, so they called him the Cincinnati Kid after that.
Ah,
Oh, just like Rudolph Wanderone, who became Minnesota Fats after the movie. He was New York Fats, wasn't he? Before the movie. No?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's how the
I'm
story.
trying to think of whether it was Philadelphia or wherever he was from.
Supposedly well, they called him New York Fats, I think.
He wasn't that good. Really, he wasn't.
He was a good talker, though. I mean, he was a good bullshitter. I saw him
Yes.
play when I played in the Junior Nationals for the first time in '89 in Louisville, I think it was. I saw him hitting balls. He had a smooth stroke, you know. I saw him make a bank
You
shot.
want to play a video?
I mean, he was better than I expected.
They probably won't out here.
He was.
He was pretty good. I'll tell you, out of all the movie stars, do you have any idea who the best one was?
Yeah, Bruce Willis, or well, Fred Astaire, and he was your friend, wasn't he? You guys were
Fred
buddies.
Astaire, the dancer.
That's right. How'd you get to know him?
I was out in California, and he was playing by himself. He was shooting three-cushion billiards. And I got up and asked him if he wanted to play. Well, I was real young. He says, "Nah, I don't want to play." So I says, "Okay." So I sat back down and watched him. Well, a couple days later, I was in the pool room before him. And I was on the billiard table, and he come in and sat down, and he watched me. And then he got up and says, "Do you want to play?" I says, "Yeah." So after that, he and I used to play all the time when I was down around. Damn it. When I was down around.
Hollywood?
Yeah, when I was down around that way, I had his telephone number. I'd call him up and he'd come over to the pool room and we'd play.
He was pretty good, huh?
Yeah,
Three cushion.
he could play pool too. He could run 100 balls.
Oh wow, really? Fred Astaire, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Pop was a dancer, my grandpa.
Yeah, he loves to dance.
That's cool.
Fred Astaire would never dance with anybody. He'd be out somewhere and some woman would ask him to dance with her and he said no. I asked him why. He says, "Because I can't dance." I says, "What do you mean?" He says, "Everything I do is rehearsed." I expect he could dance, he just didn't want to. That was what he said. He says, "What I do is rehearsed."
mm.
Yeah, that makes sense. Pretty elaborate dancing that he did in the movies.
Yeah.
Did he ever invite you to any cool parties, a Hollywood party or anything?
Him?
Or to a movie set or anything? Yeah.
No, that was in his later years. That was like I used to play over at the Palace
Where was that?
in San Francisco. And I was up there playing with, what the hell was his name? His name real well. He was a hustler. Burns wrote a book about him.
Oh, McGordy.
Dan McGordy.
You knew McGordy?
Yeah, when I was in town, I used to go down there and play with McGordy.
Oh, wow.
And one of the guys that was running around with me was sitting there. And this guy's sitting beside him taking notes. Because McGordy and I would talk and tell stories while we were playing. One guy that was sitting there got disgusted. He says, I can't play that game straight for you. He says, I can't play that game worth a lick. These two fuckers carry on a conversation and they'll run 40, 50 balls while they're talking. But then I was out there it was next to the last time I was there. And McGordy was a big drinker. And I went in the pool room and Dan was there and he says, I got liver cancer. He says, I'm dying. And next time I was in town, I went over to the palace and I asked if he was around. I said, no, he passed away.
Yeah, that was a great book. I read that book by Robert Byrne, McGordy, when I was 15.
Well, Robert Byrne was sitting there taking notes.
Oh, that was Byrne?
Yeah. And the guy that was with me asked him, what are you doing? He said, I'm going to write a book about Dan McGordy. We didn't think anything of it. Then it was a couple of years later that guy that run around with me was up at Canton, and they had the paperback in the bookstore up there. So he bought it and brought it down here. He says, look, that McGordy did write about Willis. Willis was a real was a character.
You mean he wrote about Willis in the book about McGordy?
No, I meant McGordy.
Yeah.
He wrote that book about McGordy.
That was a great book, too. Yeah, I enjoyed that book. So what were you saying about Danny DiLiberto? You were saying that he was mad at you and screaming at you one time. You want to tell that one again?
No,
No? Okay.
I don't spread that shit around.
It's okay. Well, it was kind of a funny story.
You played three cushion before you played pool, didn't you?
Yeah, I started out playing three
Because I was telling Max that, and then Bob Davis that worked with you, he played with Willie Hoppy. And then Bob Davis taught you how to play.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought I was pretty good. I was in junior high. I used to go down to the pool room at lunchtime. There was a guy down there that was a mailman. They called him the postman. And he used to come in and I used to play three cushion with him. I was mouthy. I thought I was better than what I was. And he said, someday I want to bring Davis down here. So I said, bring him around. About 2 weeks later, here he comes in here. He's got Davis with him. I played Davis, and Jesus Christ, I felt like a wet mop. He just mopped the floor with me. And he shot one shot that was just utterly spectacular. And I said, show me how you did that. Nope, I don't show anybody anything. I said, just show me how you did it. I'll practice it. You come back and I'll show you I can do it. So he told me what he did. So he come back in a couple of weeks later, so I sat the three cushion shot up. I said, here, see, I can make that now. And I shot it and made it. But Davis wouldn't tell anybody anything. He said there were Yabbits and the fighters.
The fighters.
If I.
The fighters.
If-itis.
Yeah. They get themselves out of the line, they'd shoot the ball would rattle, the cue ball would go around the table, they'd have shape, and they'd say, if I'd have made that ball, I could have got out. The fighter. And then there were the Yabbits. And I ran into that. I was playing with one of the guys at the pool room one day, and I shot a shot, and he asked me, he says, "How did you shoot that?" I said, "Well, I played that with high left." He says, "Yeah, but I shoot that with low right." And Davis was sitting there, and he shook his head. He said, "I told you, don't try to tell these fuckers anything." Yeah, but they're yabbits and the fighters.
Yeah, butts in the fighters.
I told Max about the time we was up at Academy, and that old guy that played three cushion billiards, we were getting ready to leave, and you went over and played some with him, ran 21 billiards in a row, and you hadn't played three cushion. I've never seen you play three cushion. We've been playing together for almost 10 years at that time. And that guy was just about shitting his pants when he ran 21 billiards on him.
I forget what Hoppy's high run was at.
Willie Hoppy or the other Hoppy from Ohio?
Willie Hoppy.
Do you know what your high run was?
Me? Yeah. There was a guy at the Greensburg pool room that could have verified that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Hoppy ran 27, I ran 31.
That's a great run there.
It was.
Yeah.
It was the best run I ever had.
That's a lot of billiards.
Yeah, a lot of three.
I've been playing a little bit of three cushion down in Mexico. I got a Ray Schuler cue, a three cushion cue from Billy Purcell. My buddy who lives down there, he makes cues down there. And so I played a little bit. I played in the tournament. They have a tournament every Wednesday night in Ensenada, and billiards is huge in Mexico. And it seems like all the pool room owners are really billiard players, and they take great care of the billiard tables, but not of the pool tables. That's just for the beer drinkers, the pool tables. So they don't take good care of them. But they gave me 6-point handicap in that tournament, just because I was a pool player playing in that thing. And I cashed. It was my first tournament. I cashed in that with a 6-point handicap.
Yeah, all the guys that play three cushion billiards, they all want to use a 52-inch cue. Hoppy used a 57-inch cue. Do you know why they all used a 52-inch cue?
Well, no, maybe because they stood up more. I don't know.
No, it was because they didn't make cues in two-piece, so the guys carried a one-piece cue. And they used to carry them in a fishing rod case. And the longest one you could put in there was 52 inches.
Oh my God. It's like the snooker cues, the one-piece cases,
Yeah.
or the long cases. Yeah, 31 points. That's a great run there. I wonder. So Hoppy run 27. You think 31's a world record? Have you heard of anybody running more?
I don't care.
You don't care, huh?
Guys will tell you I lie. But there was a guy that was standing right there in the pool room that I was playing that was moving the markers over. That's like Gary Thompson was with me. And we went up to Canton. And we're back there playing on the bar boxes when they got that VNEA tournament. I don't know, you'd have to ask Thompson. I broke and ran from the break like 27 or 28 racks of 8-ball without missing. And Gary Thompson was there and watched me do it. Now, I want to clarify this. I didn't miss because Thompson was whining he hadn't got to shoot. So I told him, well, I'll rack, you go ahead and shoot.
Unfinished run, huh?
Gary Thompson.
Mhm.
You don't believe me, that's fine. You see Gary Thompson, ask him how many racks I ran up there from the break. Broke, made a ball every time and ran out.
Yeah, I believe it.
Well, somebody had said, I forget which one of the professional players on the bar box had run 20-some racks of 9-ball or 8-ball. I couldn't have that. When I was out in California, I used to play at Archie's pool room over in Oakland. And Archie had the old snooker tables in there along with the pool tables. So I had, and they were the old snooker tables.
I might have been there in 91. I went to an old pool room. It was kind of not the safest place when I was there. But anyway, yeah, what happened in there?
I was putting pool balls on the table, racking them in 9-ball racks, breaking and running out on a snooker table with pool balls. Archie couldn't believe it. Then I suckered him, he was mad. Because I played straight pool with Archie on a regular pool table in there. And we weren't playing for anything, and I kept letting him win. And he says, I think I can beat you playing straight pool. So I got him to bet $100. I broke, he shot, and I ran out. Then he was mad because I run 100 balls on him. But he should have known better. If I could run a rack of 9-ball time after time on that fucking snooker table, and he's gonna put me on a pool table playing straight pool, that was suicide for him.
That's like payball, isn't it? When you play on a snooker table. I used to do that a lot in college. I would always find a snooker table to play on. Play 9-ball. We had a ring game in University of Kentucky when I went to the Nationals. And yeah, I remember I was shooting real straight. I was running out pretty good on that snooker table. And this guy, Joe Root, he asked me if I was on the straight. I said, what does that mean? He says, are you on drugs? I said, no, I'm not on drugs. I'm just playing. I didn't even know what he was talking about. But yeah, that was, how old was I? I was probably 17, 18. No, I was more like 19, 20.
I played one guy once, they used to call him Speedy.
Speedy?
Yeah,
They called you Speedy?
no, him.
Oh, the guy from Wheeling?
Yeah, he popped speed.
That's why they called him Speedy, huh?
Yeah. So I was winning, I was ahead of him a little bit, and he went to the restroom. And one of the guys, Don Steele, was sitting there from Greensburg. Don Steele says when he comes back, he's gonna fire like a son of a bitch. He just went in there to pop some speed. I said, oh, I got him beat. So he come out, he was all cranked up. It was my shot, I aimed at it, I chalked up, looked at my stick, got down to shoot, acted like I was gonna shoot, I got back up, went over, got some powdered my hand, went back over, got down, got back up, put some more chalk on a stick. By this time, Speedy's wearing a hole in the carpet, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Why, when I let him shoot, he was in such a hurry, he missed every fucking ball he shot at. That drug shit didn't work with me. I played cross country.
I think you taught me that because when I finally started going on the road a little bit, I would play guys who were on cocaine. And when I heard that, I used to love that because then I would just I would just slow down a little bit. Pop taught me that too. And I knew that they wouldn't last long like that. It would wear down. But I always felt like I had the upper hand once I heard that they were on drugs or thought they were on drugs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, all you had to do was slow down, and they were so anxious to shoot that the minute they got up the table, they just wanted to hit the ball. They didn't give a fuck whether it went in or not.
He was working.
That was like the number 3, wasn't it?
I think.
Yeah.
And then how about this one? Was that pretty early too?
He talked to you?
Yeah, it was fairly early.
Yeah.
What you doing?
I don't know.
That's a nice looking cue there. I love that green.
Mm-hmm.
Little green and yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful cue. Oh yeah. Bierbower.
Mm-hmm.
Does it say Garten or does it say Bierbower?
Garten Bierbower.
Yeah, Garten Bierbower. Nice.
Yep.
Is that the one I need to refinish?
Well, I told Doug you were going to refinish Tracy's. Then he told me to bring that one out and see if you could refinish it.
Yeah, you guys passed the week.
Oh yeah. You want to put up over there in the rack?
Yeah, I'll put them up in
Yep.
in the cabinet.
Gluing and clamping. You guys have any farm ponds on your property? Any
No.
bass ponds? No.
No. I wanted to build a pond down over the hill here.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, where my creek runs down.
that would be nice.
Well, I got down there with the transit
Yeah, he went.
and I got to shooting, and if I put a dam in, I'd have filled that whole bottom up. And I thought, boy, that's gonna be a lot to hold that water back. So I got the state guy to come out and look at it. He says, no, he says, we won't touch that.
Fell.
He says, you'll be holding back almost as much water as they have in Saltport Lake.
Whoa, yeah, that'd be a big body of water, huh?
Yeah, there'd have been all kinds of pressure on the dam. They'd have had to undercut it and brought clay in and packed it and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah, they wouldn't touch it. Because a lot of times you can get them to do something like that for you, but you have to stop it, you know, meet state specs.
yeah. I'm planning on going over to. I went to Leesville Lake a couple weeks ago because I heard there's some good fish in there. Some muskie. I heard it's a real good muskie lake. So I bought some muskie lures over at the Dover flea market. This guy Joe over there, he had a couple real big muskie lures. I got a couple of those.
One of the guys that used to work with me, that's all he fished for was muskies.
Oh yeah.
And he had a huge muskie that he had mounted, and I was over at his house, and he does woodworking, and he was making lures. They were huge. He said, I only want to catch the big muskies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotta have a big net.
Who was the guy that fished for muskie?
Mark Lewis from down Newcomerstown.
I met an old fella that worked at Alsco and muskie fished. I can't remember his name.
Davis told me about Willie Hoppy.
Oh yeah.
He went on the road with him when Hoppy was working for Brunswick, and they would go into a town and do an exhibition. And if there were two guys that wanted to play, Hoppy would take Davis as his partner. And if there weren't, Hoppy would just play him. Come on over here with me. Oh!
You wanna put these up so I don't forget them?
Yeah, let me get over here.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I'm not better than So, Davis said that they were over in New
Did
Jersey.
he make that?
Oh, yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And they were playing three cushion.
Three cushion right here.
And Willis's ball was froze on the rail here, or not Willis, Hoppy's. Ball was froze here, and the red ball and the other guy's ball was froze there and there.
Yeah.
So it was an exhibition. So he says, Willie Hoppy jacked up, hit the cue ball with masse, come up and hit this rail, came back and clipped this ball, went over, hit that rail and hit that ball. And the guy that was in the spectator in the crowd there, he says, boy, that was lucky. And Willis says, or Hoppy says, you think so? He says, mark those balls. They set it back up, same place. Willie Hoppy did it 5 more times in a row. He looked at that guy standing in the crowd, and he says, how lucky was that? That guy in the crowd just shook his head. He says, that's unbelievable.
How lucky was that? That's,
Here you go,
that's the question.
Gonna put a,
What?
Spot.
Spot?
Got the old same scorekeepers that my grandpa had, or has at Dave's house. Those are great. Boy, that's a cool poster.
yeah, those are the old wood ones too. Yeah, it's beautiful.
That's all those photographs and those posters. That was one guy's collection
Yeah,
of
I can't read the name. Lucky's favorite.
I don't know, but
Some nice posters there. I've never seen any posters that nice with pool cues.
well, those are, I can't even think of his name. Christ, I don't know anymore.
This was his Barry Zamboni on it.
Yeah,
Oh yeah?
yeah. Barry made all of these cues,
Oh wow.
and they're all out of that one guy's collection.
I love that dice cue.
Yeah.
The guy was a collector.
Little Monty.
And Barry made him a whole bunch of those cues. Or not Barry, Gus. No, Barry made them.
Oh, you got one of the old seats from the Velvet Rail, huh?
Yeah,
Boy, isn't that nice. Oh, is that your cue? That's the, oh wow. That's the Paul Motti, huh?
yeah.
Been using that cue for, what, 40, 50 years?
Probably. Only ever bought 3 cues.
Cool cue with a black butt.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder how many dollars that cue put in your pocket? You bet.
Yeah, I saw the replica that you made, the Bierbower cue that looks like that Todd owns. That's a beautiful cue. Did it have a black butt too? Does that one? Yeah, everything's the same, huh?
Yeah, and then I've got that Sean cue over there that Bob Lundy custom made for me. And if you, I didn't let him put the Sean logo on it, on the butt sleeve. But if you take the wrap off of it, he signed it and dated it
Oh yeah.
under the wrap, on the under wrap.
Who was Bob Lundy? Did he start Sean? Or Terry Romine's partner, maybe?
Yeah. Who the hell is he? He's the black guy over there. Christ, I ran with him
20 ounce.
back in the 60s.
That's what he does on everything.
Yep.
We role played together. They have a pool room in Milwaukee, and I didn't know who Terry Romaine was. But Terry Romaine and Bob Lundy used to play one pocket. And Terry Romaine's grandmother, she owned property all over Milwaukee. And when she passed away, everything she had, she gave to Terry. But Terry didn't squander it.
Boy, that hits solid, doesn't it?
Yeah. Monty didn't want to make it. He said I wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
But
Really?
I made him make it with that purple heart. And I didn't let him core it. He had to do 3 cues till I got the one with the weight down to 29.
We got some cool stuff here. All these need a
And
wrap.
then I made him use those collars, and Monty referred to that as the ugly cue.
The ugly cue?
Yeah. He asked me, why do you want those colors? I said, nobody likes those colors. I said, if somebody ever steals it, I can find it.
It has a nice snap to it with that steel joint. Was it always this skinny? Was this your main shaft?
I wore those shafts down. I didn't sand them, I wore them down. They were
With
all
your hands?
13 millimeter,
Oh my
huh?
God, really?
Yeah. So you know I played a lot when I wore it down.
The butt's nice, I like the butt's pretty good too.
Well, hell, that's the cue right there. And that was when you were pretty young.
Yeah.
Was that a velvet rail?
Yeah, looks like it.
I don't think it was.
This one was, right?
Got your chair there.
There's a chair, but it doesn't have the railings on it.
Yeah.
And if you remember the velvet rail,
Oh, really?
he had that guy that did the art, the air.
Yeah.
That guy that airbrushed all that art
Yeah,
on
the
the
airbrush.
walls.
Yeah.
It's not there.
Ah, you're right.
Somebody sent me that
You're
picture.
right.
Yeah, somebody sent me that picture. He didn't say who it was. It came in the mail. I opened it up and that was the picture and I had signed it. But what pool room that was at, I do not know. The guys say, well, it's that chair. But those were a standard Brunswick chair that was in all the pool rooms.
Is this one of your cues? No, that's a Hoppy Is that a hoppy?
Yeah, the guy wants me to try to do something with it.
Titleist, right?
Yeah, it's work, and I have to cut it in two and splice it together.
Do all of them have these points underneath the wrap like that?
Yeah, they were full splice.
Oh my God. Did you hear that? No. Dave's cube, Bob's cube. That means they go under here too, like that. That's awesome. Full splice. What do you call these? Titleists or hoppy? Maybe.
That one, let me see it once, and I can tell you what it is. I have it over here.
Yeah, it looks like my grandpa's hoppy.
I think that this one, if I'm right, was a Titleist.
But the hoppies were full splice also.
Yeah, that
Wow.
was the way they made them then.
So all we got to do is take off that leather wrap.
That was like
We'll see that.
Harry Rambo
Yeah,
that made the cues.
right?
He's the guy that kind of refined two-piece cues. And before that, he was working for Brunswick in the mail room, where they made their cues.
Yeah.
Well, they were all one piece, and if they had any that would work, they threw them away. And Harry Rambo asked if he could have them. So he took them home and he cut them in half.
It was like a free butt.
Yeah, and that was where he got his original butts at.
Herman Rambo, was it Herman?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was where he got his butts at.
What's that? Is that a big piece of Purple Heart right there, leaning up?
Yeah,
Never seen one that big. It's a nice piece of wood, huh?
yeah.
Yeah.
Fine table, isn't it?
Oh, that's heavy.
This is an older than ours.
That's nice.
This is a,
You can-
two, I believe.
Can make a lot of cues out of that. Oh my God, that is a heavy piece of wood.
Yeah,
Look at that, Purple Heart.
that's why you almost have to pour that.
And then what about this? Is that for cues?
I don't think it was. What is that?
Yeah, this is a
That's,
two.
that's made.
Maple.
How do you know?
Well, because Garten and I talked.
Beerbowercues.com.
And, the way the base is, the base doesn't come, it comes short and then the piece goes on the end this way. The ones and twos were like that, and then the threes, the base comes that way and then the sandwich, the end piece. Am I right?
Grenade?
Don't throw it.
What's the story behind that?
This
Yeah.
This was made in Jeanette, Pennsylvania, at a place called the Semler. And they made cast iron stuff. And during the war, they made these for the government. What they normally made was pipe fittings.
Then they started making grenades, huh?
During the
Wow.
war, I don't know what else they were making, but they made these for the war effort.
So it's just one piece of cast iron,
Yeah,
and that's what a grenade is, huh? And then they blow it up, and it.
yeah, they packed it with explosives, and then they put the top on it that had the handle. You can pull it and then throw it,
That's brutal, huh?
and the pin come out, and all those pieces of metal went everywhere.
Oh, just a big old lump of cast iron.
That'd hurt. No
Wouldn't
doubt.
it?
It would hurt, for sure.
That's a cool little piece there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you call a ball bearing in a walnut right there.
Yeah.
You could throw that pretty far.
My dad, he was a paratrooper, Second World War. He hated those hand grenades.
Oh, I bet.
No, you couldn't throw them very far. The
Right.
Germans had the ones that had the long handle,
Yeah.
and you could throw those a long ways.
Yeah, too heavy to throw far, huh? Be, I guess, a little easier to throw the walnut.
Well,
Texas
the German-
sector.
With the Germans, theirs had a long handle on it. You could throw a long way.
You hold the handle and like a sling,
Yeah,
like,
through the
yeah,
whole thing.
yeah.
So they could get a lot more distance out of their hand grenades.
Well, they got the Gold Crown 7 out now.
Do they?
Mhm.
I gotta go over and get my cigarettes.
Where's it at? I'll grab it for you.
Looks like you got posters.
I don't know, they're probably on that
Or it's bad.
desk. Yeah, someplace right there.
Garten, what's this? Is this a design, one of your designs?
No. I don't know who made that one.
Is that supposed to be like art on the wall? Or is it like a plan?
No, those are pictures of two cues.
Mm-hmm.
John Willis gave these to me. I don't remember who made them.
Okay, that's pretty neat. Those need to be framed, don't they? Up on the wall someday.
Yeah. That was all over to get to it now.
There's your Pepsi.
Well, that's pretty cool. John Calise, great guy.
Yeah.
Of course, here's Don Willis, the famous Don Willis article. There he is, old Don Willis,
Yeah, that was out of the Canton newspaper.
Cincinnati kid. And then when he's older,
That was like when they had they did it, and I had the paper here. the
Ooh,
National
Hustler.
Billiard News. I had a copy of that paper. But they ran an Easter Seals tournament over in Pennsylvania.
yeah,
And they invited Willis over there. And they had all the guys sitting in this ballroom, and they gave them all 3x5 cards to write their accomplishments down. And then, well, wait, and they had Lassiter and Charris and Moscone, all of them. They wrote, you know, world champion so many times, high run so much. Willis wrote down on his sheet that he won the Canton City 9-ball open. That guy come around, he was gathering cards up, and he got to Willis, and he looked at it. He didn't know Willis. He looked at it, and he says, "This is the only tournament you ever won, Mr. Willis?" Willis is the only one I ever played in. And the guy says, "Well, this is for Easter Seals. We need to have you put something on here so we can advertise it to draw people in for this tournament." So he hands Willis back the card. He says, "See if you can think of anything else to put on there." So the guy went around the room, gathered everybody else's card up. Lassiter, Moscone, all the big names. He comes back to Willis, and Willis handed him the card. And Willis had everybody that was in that room, he had everybody's name on that card. And the guy says, "Mr. Willis, what's this?" He said, "Just tell him I can beat anybody on that list." Nobody in the room said a fucking word, right? So when that National Billiard News came out, they had everybody on there, all their listings. You know, and they had them in print about this high. And then on the bottom of the page, letters about that high, they had and the legendary Don Willis.
That's all they had to say, huh?
And that was all they put on there. Yeah, he won the Kansas City 9-ball tournament in like 1954 or something. The only tournament he ever played in.
I can't believe my grandpa never ran into him. He couldn't believe it. They lived so close all those years, but never ran into each other. Not that they knew of anyway.
Everybody that played Willis didn't know how good he was. Because he wouldn't tell you how good he could play. He never wanted to call the 9-ball. The fucking guy could do anything. Did you read that? Him and the ping pong?
I'm reading about the bar of soap.
Yeah, I asked him when he come to Pittsburgh, I said, how the hell did you beat the guy with a bar of soap? Willis says, well, I held a bar of soap in my hand and put my hand on the table where I could slide my hand to shoot the bar of soap.
And they said, this guy was a rank amateur. I could have beat him with a half a bar.
Half a bar.
Willis could play ping pong too.
Did you tell me you used like a shot glass or something?
He used to, well, that was the only thing I knew. He'd put a shot glass between these two fingers and shoot with a shot glass.
That's pretty small paddle.
No, wait, I figured that was a con because somehow he must have got a hold of that ball with his hand to put spin on it. It was one of his gimmicks.
Mm-hmm.
But then it would wait till you get to that part.
Yep.
He used a pencil for a fucking ping pong paddle.
A pencil.
Yeah, it's there.
Oh. Yep. Here
And he beat a world champion ping pong player using a pencil for a paddle.
That'd be hard enough just to hit one ball.
Huh?
It'd be hard enough just to hit one ball with a pencil. Just one time to get it over the net, that would be tough.
Wasn't for him. Guy had phenomenal hand-eye coordination. After Willis had come to Pittsburgh, people never got to take his picture.
That's a shame.
But I got one of those, he didn't let anybody. I got a Polaroid of him when he was in the pool room. The one that Lou Batera had, the Hawk's Nest. And
Yeah.
and this guy from over there in Pittsburgh, there was the bowling alley, Broadway Bowl.
In Pittsburgh,
Yeah. And they had like 10 gold crowns in another room, and Willis used to practice there. And this kid was going over there to college, over to Malone. And he come back over here, he said, Garten, he said, I played this fucking guy. He was the luckiest motherfucker I ever played. He said, every time the guy shot, he slopped the 9-ball in.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew him, when he told me where he played at, I knew it was Willis. So I had that Polaroid of Willis up by the billiard balls at our pool room. So I said, wait a minute. So I went and got the picture and I handed it to him. I said, is this the guy? Yeah, that's him. I said, it's Don Willis. He's the best pool player in the whole fucking world.
Boy, that gets a lot more juice than mine. Who's the little one?
I don't know.
Well, I didn't know if Tommy or one of them had a child.
There's a bunch of them.
What about Jack? You got kids?
Jack, no, he hasn't.
You married?
No.
Is he still working as a cost estimator? That's what he was doing there, cost estimator?
He was doing that with the electrical people.
Mhm.
He's got a job for the county now,
Nice.
for the state, as bridge inspector.
I'd have loved to see him play.
That would be a really
That would have
good
been awesome.
job.
Sure would.
Didn't you tell me, as I was telling Matt tonight, can't remember if I read it or if you told me, you want your chin about 8 to 12 inches above the stick.
Yeah, please. Years ago, they were all stand-up shooters.
Nope.
You can see the angle better. And then some moron,
Let your stroke out too.
some moron in a bar told me you want your chin right down on the cue.
Look, you look there, that's about what it is.
Yeah, that's right. You're really high up.
Yeah, I remember Garten told me 8 to 12 inches.
I was doing that today because we've been talking about that. What you talked about, so I was doing that today. Just
It doesn't choke your stroke. When you get down,
Well,
you don't
yeah.
have a stroke. If you
Well,
stay
it's
up,
not just that.
like
You'll
your stroke.
find that you can see the angles better
Mhm.
for banking a ball. You can see the angle better for cutting a ball.
yeah, like Eddie Taylor, he stood up pretty high, didn't he?
Yeah.
Boy, he had a great stroke, Eddie Taylor.
Yeah. I wish you could have been there. I played him once.
Oh yeah.
What the hell was that? Oh, it's a bug.
He and I we played 9-ball. I broke even with it. But I was never so happy to get out of a game in my life. That dog was chewing my ass. We played for about 6 hours straight, back and forth. Finally, Eddie looked at me and says, "I'm tired now, you wanna quit?" I wasn't gonna tell him no. We were even, I says, "Yeah." "Okay." He looks at me and says, "Come back tomorrow and we'll play some bank pool." I looked at him, I said, "I don't wanna commit suicide." He was the best bank ball player in the whole world, less than anybody else.
Yeah, there's a video of him on YouTube. It's on my channel actually. Somebody else produced it, but he makes a bunch of great bank shots, and he's like 80 years old, and he shows all of his standard banks, like 35 different bank shots. He's firing them in. I got to meet him when he was 81 in
Listen,
some tournament at the Camel Tour. He was there.
You don't hear it.
That's a hell of a feat to break even with Eddie Taylor
Yeah, that's where they
playing anything.
Yeah.
I think that's,
I was playing my best, and I still walked away with shredded pants.
Yeah.
But back then, you didn't just quit a guy till you went
You don't hear
broke.
it.
I was never so happy when he said he was tired, asked me if I wanted to
Because of the
quit.
base and the way it was
I
built.
jumped at it, I says, "Yeah."
And the slate, this slate's,
Where was that?
where ours is.
that
I
in-
was down there where he
That's
lived.
one hell of
Knoxville?
that kid played
Yeah.
Davis like that.
Yeah, I stopped at a pool room in Knoxville. I think it was Knoxville a couple of years ago on my way out west. After I bought that van, I passed through Knoxville and went to the pool hall, one of the older pool halls,
phenomenal.
The ones and twos are the best.
on my way through there. And I played in college. We stopped in Knoxville for the regionals
But then you go anywhere.
because I was in Region 5, Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina, or West Virginia.
And I think this has,
I think the University of Kentucky is in Knoxville.
I don't think we changed the rubber ones.
I can't remember.
That might be that might be Louisville.
We didn't change the
I
rubber
can't
on this, did
remember.
we, Garten?
Yeah.
We did? We put new Brunswick Super Speed. Yeah.
Somebody taking the rubber off of it and put cheap rubber.
Nice cue, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
a little heavy for you, but
We had
sure feels good.
See how high his chin is off the cue.
You play anymore at all?
I can't see.
Can't see it?
I got no depth perception.
Well, you'd be a good match for me if you can't see.
Remember when you told Donnie Ike, you said, I got a guy I want you to play? You're gonna have to play your ass off if you're gonna win. He says, I gotta pick him up because he doesn't drive. He goes, I'm telling you, Donnie, if you play hard, you probably will beat him. He goes, like I said, I gotta pick him up because he's blind.
Donnie's wife was sitting there beside him and called me up to go play pool with him. Then when the conversation that I had to bring him because he was blind and he couldn't see, Donnie started cussing at me. He said, why are you cussing at that man? You asked him to come play pool with you. Yeah, but I was never any good.
You're very good at what?
Playing pool, you can ask all of them.
I've heard all about it. I've been hearing about you for 30 years.
Is this one of yours, Garten?
I'd have to see it.
Here, puppy. No?
No, this is the one Bob Lundy made.
Oh, that's that Sean? That's
Yeah, you take the wrap off right here, Lundy signed it.
Time to leave. Okay, you had 2 cues you carried around. Is this one of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you played with that one too once in a while?
I ended up using it for a break cue.
Okay.
Remember the other day when I was talking to you, I said dude needed a bumper for that, the black cue that you made for Steve with the turtle